Right, let's see what's going on here. This is the, you might want to call it the B post, C post. Anyway, the upright that supports the roof at the back. And this is very wavy here, so something's going on there. I don't want to take that chrome trim off yet, not till I try and sort out the rear screen, so I've just protected that. So I'm just going to sand that. There's been big hollows in there. We'll see what horrors are waiting. Well, there's no obvious rot there. This is all lead. So I imagine that's a factory. Let's have a look inside. See what we can see. And that doesn't look rotten. That all looks pretty good actually. Same over there, so just a case of reshaping. But there's a big lump there and a hollow there. But that'll smooth out alright. That's very odd. But we'll have to get this chrome off at some point, or this stainless off, to get down there. Now, I've heard some horror stories about this front glass. How difficult that is to get out. Well, get back in rather. That rubber doesn't look old, that rubber. So we'll see how close we can get to cleaning that up there without taking it out. I've just sealed in this joint with lead, and I'm not really a big fan of lead. I mean this hasn't been really cleaned up here. This has been on the car a lot longer than the rear section. But if we look at the rear section that you saw me lead the other day, we got all this surface rust appeared. Obviously that'll clean up, but there's areas inside the back there which you can't clean up. You put a load of water on there and acid on there, and that will have seeped into the joints, and I don't think it's all that it's cracked up to be. But what do? Left hand side floor, and it is about the same, more or less. Hold all along the outside here. We've got this little hole here for this extra, where is it? This extra master cylinder for the clutch, because this has got the wrong gearbox in it, so that's a useless idea. This outer sill, this is original. This car was red at some point, and this is solid. Needs a repair at the front, so I can cut this section out. That'll help me repair this A-post. I've already replaced this bottom section halfway, and then I'll need to replace the last section halfway. I shall reuse this because this is good, and just make a new top for it. At the back here, as you would expect, but at the back, quite good. This inside lip is still intact, original. That's good. So quite a lot better. I'm sure there's something going on here because we've got a rust line showing through there. But this side, a little bit better. And these full of fiberglass, which will not come out. Oh well. This side done. I hate it when that happens. Anyway, welded in. The back end, get rid of that. Back end treated with this stuff. Seems quite good. It's like a thick black coffee when you put it on. Leave it overnight and it turns black. Seems all right. So have a look at the other side now. So door gaps, 4mm, 3mm, 3mm. Sorry, 4mm, 3mm, 3mm. So a little bit bigger at the top, but unfortunately it's the same over here. We've got 5, 5, 4.5. And I can't shave any off the door because this rubber stopper is right up on the edge. I suspect the car has lifted a little in the middle, not massive. I will just give this a tap because this is a folded round edge. I'll just give that a tap, see if that will move. I don't think it will. And it's not terrible. And this is the original sill, and that's not terrible. Slightly bigger gap in the centre, which is odd. You'd think it would have gone the other way if it was doing that. Anyway, so I'll get the door off. Finish this repair here. Replace that front section. I'll do the back section. Take the door off, take these cover panels off, and see what it looks like. While I think of it, just talk about these. These are obviously not the right bezels. These are probably standard Aronde bezels, maybe. And of course they don't fit properly. And I've seen these for sale on a website, new ones. €500 each. Well, that's not for me. But I think I can force a peek into that and then massage them a little and get them to fit better. But I do have a spare one of these, so I can practice on that first. Anyway, back to the job in hand. Well, removed Monsieur Fiberglass, and this structure here is stuffed full of fiberglass. And there's something going on here. This section here, raised, and if we look at underneath. Can I do this? I'll put a straight edge. There, I don't know if you can see that. It goes like that. That's not right. So when I replace this, I'll correct that. I'll just try knocking that down first, see what that does. Right, let's see what happens here. So I have my large persuader. It's just about here it's raised. I think that is coming straighter. That's quite straight now. Still a little bit hollow here, but we've got all this gubbins going on. But that looks flatter. That's better. Whether it's actually changed this post. Well, I wanted to put some metal in before I cut any more out, but I can't replace this until I understand what's going on here. So I've made a template of that is, and I'll cut that out and have a look what's going on. Interesting, this lip here, this folded edge, is original and good. Of course there's nothing holding it in place. It's gone a little bit on the inner wing. There again you can see which bit is facile and which bit is Simca, the red and the silver. So that's not too bad, but I'll make a cut along here somewhere and see if we can discover this. Just take a bit more filler off. There's probably 3 or 4 millimeters of filler there. Okay, change of plan. Although that's rotten, it's so full of fiberglass it's actually very solid. So I'm going to do this end first, because this B post is just swinging in the wind almost. I can't weld this to this because I'm going to replace this. So I shall cut this section out, repair this section, and then make a new section to go in there. That's my plan now. And then I'll have to put the door back on to get this distance right, because this moves. So I'll line it up with the door. And the door is actually, the bottom of it, although it's, I think it's got fiberglass in it, it looks in better condition than the other side. But, that remains to be seen. A couple of other issues. This is a captive plate for the top hinge, and it's not captive anymore. It's loose, and it must be sitting on a ledge because I didn't lose it completely. But I don't want to lose it because you can't actually access that. So that would be hard work to repair that. So I shall put a piece of threaded bar in there and leave it in so I can always reach it. What else? There's some, I don't know what you call these, small captive things for self-tapping screws. How you get those in now, I don't know, because those are pretty manky. But whether they'll slip past this edge, maybe not. I'll certainly get one in from this side. And what's that hole doing there? That's weird, isn't it? And there isn't one the other side. Why is that hole there? Maybe we'll find out when we take all this stuff off here. Right, some cutting now. Get rid of this and see what's going on. The gap was rather big on this is the front edge of the door, and there were washers under this hinge here, and there's washers on the door side of the hinge as well, and then we got a washer on the top hinge and on the door side as well. So I can reduce that gap quite easily, but why you'd space them out to make the massive, I don't know. Oh well. So I'm going to clean the bottom of the door off now and hang the door again and see where the sill's got to line up with. That looks broken. Well, that was too much to ask for. This is a repair here. Well, Jubilee clip here. This is all cobbled together somehow. I don't really know what that's doing. Clip down to here. This is all weird. Looks like it's been cut and re-welded maybe. And there's too many layers of metal here. These holes look original, oval holes. But this is all in the wrong place by the look of it. I don't really know what's going on here. Let's clean that off and see what we've got. Right, I think I've sorted this. So this is the first door I took off, and that's driven by that pegged sort of shaft, and this one is driven by a spline, and we have a cable driving this. And it does actually work in a fashion, but this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right. And this one is presumably driven by a gear under here, which presumably the gear, I think I've seen that these gears do give up. So somebody's changed it to this system. But why have we got these holes bashed in the bottom? They look like very crude drainage holes. Why has that been done? And this isn't, surely not facile welding, is it? And it's rotted in very strange places. Real heavy rot along here, well, heavy pitting here, yet on the bottom, very clean. Here's that dent that shows on the outside. So what that's doing there, I don't know. But on the inside, pretty clean. And I presume there's something missing from this. This is just a stay. Presumably that should be sprung somehow. Well, it's all a mystery. So I've just wound this one down to expose that, and that all looks sort of right. But that doesn't. Presumably we should have teeth on there. So this must be the part that fails. So I have to do something with that. Oh well, something else to look at. So I'm going to take out all these washers out of the hinges and make some shims that I can pull in and out easily. And I'm making a pattern with a piece of paper and a dirty finger. So I put the door back on with no shims, and that's a pretty straight edge. And I've got 2mm, 2mm, 2.7, and here I've got 5.5 to 6.8. So this is my average at the front, my average at the back. So to make them equal, I need them each to be 4.2. So if I add 2mm to this, that should be right. So I've got this piece of galvanized steel, and that's 1mm. So a couple of shims each from that. That should do me.